In today's video, we're being proper tourists. We're starting at the Palace and walking all the way to the Shard, taking in as many of London's famous sights as we can along the way. So there'll be Parliament, and pints, ponies, and pints, and if you're lucky, loads of other prestigious places and pints. If you don't know us, I'm Rachel, he's Wills, and we are Postcard and a Pint. So join us for a guided tour of London. Go on then, tell us where you're starting off. So we're starting off at Buckingham Palace, and it looks like it's about to be time for changing of the guard, which is really exciting. Now we're here at 10:15. We've got to get to the Shard by 4 o'clock. This video is going to be unashamedly touristy. We're going to try and take in all of London's top attractions between here and there. Can we make it by 4 o'clock? Let's find out. There's so much to see, and only 6 hours in which to see it all. Buckingham Palace really is a stunning building. It was once known as Buckingham House and was built for the Duke of Buckingham in 1703. It was enlarged in the 19th century and became the London residence of the British monarch on the accession of Queen Victoria in 1837. Amazingly, it survived World War II. Despite 9 bombs landing close to it, only the chapel was destroyed. Today we're in for a treat as we watch the changing of the guard. This happens every Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday, and is quite the spectacle. Get here early for a front row seat and get those cameras ready, as here comes the King's Guard. Enough to get right to the front, it's quite the ceremony, with old and new guards presenting arms and the handing over of the palace keys. Yes, it might be all pomp and circumstance and very grand, but I still reckon you need to pop down to Home Bargains for some WD-40 for that gate, eh? Well done. We climbed up the Queen Victoria monument to try and get a better view. This was the best we did. And then the new guard arrived. These chaps have come from the Wellington barracks and are playing a much more upbeat tune. We'd love to have stayed and seen more, but almost an hour of time to reach the Shard had gone. It was time to move on. Crossing the road can be interesting during this ceremony, but cross we did, and briefly we entered Green Park. We visited the Canada Memorial. This artwork commemorates the members of the Canadian forces killed in the First and Second World Wars. How's the day going, Rach? Well, that's Buckingham Palace done, and you can't beat a bit of pomp and circumstance. We're now going to make our way down the Mall to Trafalgar Square. Come with us. Festivities were still going on at the Palace, but we had places to be. Where are you now? We're walking down the Mall. Always wants to state the obvious, but what is the Mall, Rach? The Mall is basically the driveway up to Buckingham Palace. It's not a bad little driveway, is it? A good stab at some history there, but Wikipedia says it's a ceremonial route and roadway in the city of Westminster, complete with grounds. OK, so Wikipedia didn't say that, but here come all the King's horses and all the King's men. Now, where's Humpty? There he is. As you walk down the Mall, there's lots to see. This is the Royal Artillery Boer War Memorial, and this is the Duke of York Monument, in memory of Prince Frederick, Duke of York, and the second son of George III. Keep walking, kids, there's a long way to go. Past the Horse Guards Parade. It's here you'll see such events as Trooping of the Colour. Here you'll find the Guards Memorial, and also the National Police Memorial. And oh look, there are some police. Hiya! At the end of the Mall you'll find the Admiralty Arch, all undercover today. Then it's over the road to Trafalgar Square. This is one of London's most iconic sights, with Nelson's column standing proudly at its entrance. We took a little walk around Trafalgar Square and past the National Gallery. We'd have liked to have shown you the fountains, but there's no going in today because we're at Trafalgar Square, but we can't see a great deal because London, Wembley, is hosting the Champions League Final 2024. And all across London next week there's going to be 5 venues holding all events and concerts, and here at Trafalgar Square they're building a stage, and you can see Rudimental and Faithless. You can, and if you stick your camera over the fence you can see this. Lovely. Moving on, trying not to get killed by a bus, it was down Whitehall towards Big Ben. Past the magical platform we went, and we were definitely ready for a drink stop now. Mind those buses! London has so many iconic and historical pubs, you're spoilt for choice. Today we went into the Old Shades. Cheers to you! And cheers to you too. Over to you, Wills.
We've just walked into the Old Shades pub at the bottom of Trafalgar Square. What a beautiful place. Dates from 1898. Stunning. Have a look around.
It's beautiful, and it seems the Queen Mum and Charles have both pulled a pint here in their time. This pub was built in 1898 and is now Grade 2 listed. It's definitely worth a visit. Moving on. You'll pass by the back of the Horse Guards Parade, and there's always a photo opportunity with a horse and a soldier. You can enter the Horse Guards Parade this way, or you can just buy a tacky London souvenir for £1. There's a statue celebrating heroism, and right opposite is, well, you know, the house of the Prime Minister. Not for much longer. Bet you've got Sky TV in there though, eh? Right, enough politics. We've reached the end of Whitehall and we're now at Westminster. Home to Parliament Square and Westminster Abbey, and also the Winston Churchill statue. I think a bird's got you there, Winston. And over the road from that is probably London's most iconic site, Big Ben. Big Ben is actually the nickname for the Great Bell of the Great Clock of Westminster. The tower itself is Elizabeth Tower, for our late Queen Elizabeth II. If you want to visit by tube, use Westminster Station. It's directly opposite. Next it was over the Thames to the Southbank. Still smiling, kids? Excellent. Modern architecture? Or old? We'll take old, please. The bridges of the Thames are always worth crossing for both the views and the food. Hot nuts from this lovely lady, and an abundance of sausage from this fella. Amazingly, we abstained and made our way down the steps onto the Southbank. The Southbank is where you'll find stunning views of Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament, very weird fish statues, and lots of London's family entertainment. This building was the County Hall, now it's Shrek, Fish and Chips, and the London Dungeons. Talking of fish and chips, it's gotta be nearly lunchtime. This is the London Eye, a very, very big wheel. It opened in 2000 and is Europe's tallest cantilevered observation wheel. It is pricey with tickets starting from £31.98, but the views you get from up there are amazing. We were loving today so far. Give us an update, Rach.
It started to rain a little bit, but the sun's come out again and we are full of hope for a great view up the Shard. Since we last saw you, we've seen Big Ben, we've seen the Houses of Parliament, little glimpse of Westminster Abbey, over the Westminster Bridge, we're now on the Southbank by the Eye. It's a lovely day, very busy, it's Bank Holiday Monday, but it's a lovely day.
Now what's it going to be for lunch? Is it going to be fish and chips? Or beer? Or a yoghurt from a bus? Or beer? More than anything, we wanted to sit down. Now that's got tables and chairs, but it looks a bit posh for us. That'll do, eh, Rach? And Wills, cheers! A halloumi salad, some pimientos de padron, and fish and chips. How'd you rate that lunch?
That was a lovely lunch at Giraffe. Now we're off to Covent Garden.
Yes, why would you walk directly to your destination when you can cross the river again and add another 5,000 steps to your day? This is a cool area under the Festival Hall, an urban gallery and skate park. Now, has the National Theatre got any prettier? No, it hasn't. Over Waterloo Bridge this time, and some more incredible views as you go. We'd usually go into Somerset House, but not today because of the football. We'll check out the Lyceum today and my mate Gary playing Zazu. All right, Gary, some theatre facts, please, Wills.
Just walked past the Lyceum. Now, if you'd have seen our last London video, or our first London video, you'd known the little story, oh, there she is, you'd known the little story that it used to be run by, by the actor Henry Irving, stop being an idiot, and his personal assistant was Bram Stoker of Dracula fame. Cool, eh?
I can really add sustenance to a story, me. On to Covent Garden. Covent Garden was once a fruit and vegetable market way back in 1654. The market building you see today dates from 1830. This was to cover and organise the market. Today the market halls are filled with all kinds of shops and stalls, many of them designer. There are lots of restaurants, and the market these days sells handmade and craft items. Yes, for somewhere that used to stock plain old cheap fruit and veg, it's now an incredibly expensive place to shop. You can often catch opera singers performing here and street performers outside. Wills loves Benjamin Pollock's toy shop. It's a treasure trove of cardboard theatres and old-fashioned toys. Right, it's about time you two got on the road again. Time's ticking on. Down Catherine Street, past the Theatre Royal Drury Lane, where for only 2 more months you can see the musical Frozen. It's such an amazing building that dates back to 1812. It's so amazing, in fact, that Jamie Oliver has popped a restaurant on the side of it. Top work. The next part of our journey was going to be down Fleet Street, the street famous for printing and publishing. Update, please.
Well, that was a fleeting visit to Covent Garden. We're now just passing Somerset House, but we're not going to go in there because they're setting up for the Champions League thingy. We're hoping to go and do a wee in the Cheshire Cheese.
Oh, Cheshire Cheese, one of our favourite pubs.
There are some great buildings around here, from King's College to the Old Strand Tube Station, from some great historical pubs to the magnificent Royal Courts of Justice. We love the Twinings building. Twinings is a marketer of tea, and did you know that they are London's longest standing ratepayer, having been in this premises since 1706? We were now firmly onto Fleet Street and looking forward to a visit to the Cheshire Cheese. How's the weather holding up?
And now it's raining.
Wouldn't it just? But as long as we can still see the top of the Shard, it'll be all right.
I admire your positivity and St Paul's Cathedral, but I think for now you should get yourselves dry inside ye old Cheshire Cheese. This pub has a fascinating history. The building today was rebuilt after the Great Fire of London in 1666, although there has been a pub on this site since 1538. The pub has a great literary history. Samuel Johnson, of dictionary fame, was said to be a regular. Charles Dickens also frequented this pub, and there is a suggestion of this in his A Tale of Two Cities. You can grab a bite to eat and a pint here and sit either in its atmospheric cellars or visit the bars upstairs. It's definitely worth a visit, and you can say hello to Polly the parrot behind the bar. It stopped raining and we're moving on. Are you two sure you're going to make it to the Shard on time?
Well, we're all refreshed and we're back on our way heading across towards the Shard. We've seen some great sights.
We have.
But time is now running out, so we've just glimpsed St Paul's. I think we're going across Blackfriars Bridge now. We should fit in seeing the Shakespeare's Globe.
Oh, hopefully.
And then it's time to go up the Shard.
Past another of Wills's favourite pubs.
Blackfriars pub, had many a pint in there.
This pub is the most amazing shape, but no time to dawdle, we've a bridge to cross. This bridge dates from the 1860s, and it's still going strong today. The skies were looking ever blacker, but we kept a spring in our step and optimism in our hearts. We couldn't wait for our Shard visit. Maps now took us inland, so that was the end of our Thames views. But around a few more corners, we finally saw the Shard. OK, so we're not going to go via the Globe. The map brought us in a street and along, and we want to get to the Shard. And wow, it is pretty impressive. It really is, and we'll be checking it out soon. First though, it's time to check out yet another of our favourite London pubs. Wills?
We're just going to pop in and see the George. We're not going inside because we haven't got time, so we've got to go to the Shard. We're just going to take a look. It's one of our favourite pubs. It's very old and one of the only existing coaching inn pubs in London.
Now owned and leased by the National Trust, this is the only surviving galleried London coaching inn. This building was built in 1677 and is stunning. But now, from the very, very old to the very, very new. What's happening, Wills?
I'm taking Rachel up the Shard.
You are not. Rach?
Actually, it's my sister Ruth who's taken the pair of us up the Shard, because this was my Christmas present from Ruth. We'll see you up there.
Today we were doing the experience, the view from the Shard with champagne. After failing at the revolving doors, Rach, they're not automatic. Push, love, push. We got our tickets. Now, who's got what, Rach?
Wills has got the tickets to go up, but I've got the champagne vouchers.
Excellent. We loved this artwork on the way to the lifts. London's most famous in a great collage. Then it was through security and we were on our way up. 68 floors later and we were treated to this. We took the stairs to floor 69 as we preferred the fresh air coming in. And then, of course, we had our champagne. It was Moët as well. Very nice too. Don't be shy, lad, with that champagne. Don't be shy. Then we took it over to the window and proposed a toast.
Cheers, Ruth.
Cheers indeed. This is the tallest building in the UK, and it certainly offers some incredible views. Enjoy. And then it was time to make our way down. A view to enjoy today.
What a fun day. We'll see you back home for a sum up. And here we are, and we're a bit Londoned out at the moment.
A little bit.
We've been so often over the last few weeks.
And I went again last week with work, so...
Yeah, you don't go for years, and then suddenly you've gone like three times
in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Never mind.
Anyway, we're home now, and you'll be happy to hear that's the last of our London content.
Unless you're a patron, and there's one more to come of My Little Jolly from last week.
So we're off somewhere else next week, not sure where yet or what we're doing.
Who knows?
But what a lovely day that was. It was a real sightsee day, wasn't it?
It was good, apart from we've just been watching it back now, and my face on that. Because I lost the GoPro. If you don't know about the GoPro, go back and watch the last two vlogs.
So for all of that video, you thought the GoPro had gone.
I know,
so you were
I was in such a bad mood with myself.
Grumpy. Yeah, I was trying to cheer you up as we went. But we saw some amazing sights.
We did.
We looked on Google Maps this morning and thought, how long would it have taken if we hadn't have done all that? And I think if you go as the crow flies, cutting out the bend of the Thames, about an hour. We think by
I think it was a bit more than that, wasn't it? Going the way via Covent Garden.
No, that's as the crow flies. If you went the way we went, without stopping and without filming, probably an hour and a half,
about that.
Maybe to 2 hours. We took 6, but we had a few pints on the way and a bit of food. It was really lovely. Now the Shard. Okay, the Shard was fantastic. We loved it.
Pretty impressive.
I've got one gripe about it. That when we were up there, I'd seen pictures of chairs and tables and thought it'd be, oh, how lovely, romantic. Sitting down at the edge looking at the views. The views are stunning.
Aren't they?
But chairs and tables, there are not many. They're more like bar stools and high tables.
And they're far back from the windows,
yeah, and they're around the centre. So we got our champagne. There was no chairs left. So we thought, we'll just go and sit on the floor.
Got told off for sitting on the floor.
We got told off for sitting on the floor. You got the feeling they wanted you up, get your drink, get down so we can get the next lot up.
Yeah. It
That
wasn't
was
like the place in Paris we went, was it? What was that called?
Mont, I don't
something
know.
like that.
Parnasse Tower?
That's the one.
Oh, well done, mate. No, it isn't. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, the tower in France we went up.
Anyway.
Yeah, you could linger there and spend all the time you wanted. Just got a feeling of a little bit rushed.
Yeah.
Up and down there.
Yeah.
But to be fair, once you get up the top, there's not a lot of place to go because it gets narrower as it goes up. It is very small up there.
Yeah.
But the views are fantastic.
Beautiful.
Any other highlights of things we saw along the way?
Not in this video, but we did a boat trip as well. And if you watched 2 videos ago, you'll see the boat trip which we did after this walk.
You're supposed to be talking about this video.
I know. I mean, this was brilliant. There's other places we love. We love Covent Garden. We love Fleet Street. We love the pubs. We absolutely love the pubs.
I think the Cheshire Cheese
Oldie
was
Cheshire
special
Cheese.
this time.
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it?
And that other pub, the Shades.
Oh yeah, the old
That
Shades.
was really, that's not been in any other video.
We've never been in that one before.
No, that was really, really nice. And the Horse Guard. We've never seen that before at the bottom of the Mall, even though we've been many,
place
many
where they
times.
did Troop in the Colour.
Yeah, which happened this week. There we go. Right, so that is us in London, kind of done. We've got some shout-outs.
We have got some shout-outs. Shall I go first?
You can go first.
First off, we've got Carmen and Dave, who have joined our Patreon, and they've given us a cheeky pint.
Cheers.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. If you don't know, I'm sure you know by now, but if you don't know, we've got a Patreon. It's not very expensive. It really helps out the channel.
Yeah.
It's no more expensive than the price of a pint a month.
We have fun.
We have a laugh. We post extra videos, more photos. We have chats in there. It's just a bit of a club.
It's a bit of a club.
A gang.
And talking of the gang, Peter Miller, who's already a member of the gang.
He's only upgraded.
He's made us a large one.
He has made us a large one. Thank you so much, Pete Miller.
And we've got another shout out.
Oh, yeah.
Our friends, the Cooks. Yeah.
Cooks Explore.
Hang on, before you display. We went to Dorset, if you may know, a few months back.
If you don't know, check out the Dorset video.
And they told us to look out for a Dorset knob, which isn't rude. It's a type of bread bun.
Apparently so.
Apparently so. But
It looks like a biscuit.
a biscuity thing. But Will's found...
Well, we couldn't find any of these biscuits, but we did find a pint of beer called the Dorset Knob. So we featured it in the video, and we said, there you go, cooks, we found the Dorset Knob. And they went, no, it's definitely a biscuit.
So they sent us some.
They were down in Dorset, and they sent us some Dorset Knobs. Do you want to show them?
These are some Dorset Knobs.
There you go.
And we thought tonight we were going to taste test them.
We'll give you a review, but we can't.
I can't, because today I've had dental surgery today, gum surgery. I've had 2 millimeters of gum taken away. Horrible. I basically feel like I've been smacked in the mouth with, I don't know, a fist. And and I can't bite at the moment. And I want to enjoy my Dorset Knob. So I've been reading the back of the packet, and apparently they were made as offcuts of the bread and left in the cooling oven, and by the morning they'd be golden, and they lasted for ages,
all right.
apparently. So I've read the best before. We've got till Christmas.
Oh,
so the Dorset Knob taste test will happen another day.
Fantastic.
Right, should we wrap this up?
We should do, really, because especially as this camera just says low battery. So we've no idea if this is actually recording or not.
So we need to get out of here fast.
So we need to get out of here fast.
If you'd like this video,
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Do the subscribe thing, hit the button, all of that. Patreon, that'd be really helpful. Leave a comment. Have you been to London?
Yeah, and what did we miss out? I mean, we missed out loads. There's loads to see. We love London, and we'll go again. But I think we'll leave it a year or so for now. Well, we can't. We've promised to do Jack the Ripper.
Oh yeah. We're definitely doing Jack the Ripper one.
But anyway, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
As we say.
Always say in Postcard and the Pint. We're getting worse, aren't we? As we say in Postcard and the Pint. Cheers to the good times. Who knows if this is still working? What's the Incredible Hulk's favourite underground station?
I don't know.
Turnham Green.
Oh.